All right, here's some big breaking news coming in from Maharashtra. Opposition now backs off from Maharashtra all-party meeting. Leaders of the opposition, Devendra Fadnavis, to skip the all-party meet scheduled by the state government to resolve loudspeaker issue that's been boiling in the state. And this backtrack has happened last minute. He was in fact supposed to be attending that meet, but Fadnavis, along with BJP State President Chandrakant Patil and Legislative Council Praveen Darekar, to be addressing the press conference in the BJP party office at 1 p.m. today instead. Remember, all bigwigs, including Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray of Maharashtra, were supposed to be meeting in an all-party meet to resolve this huge controversy over loudspeakers at religious places. In fact, here Devendra Fadnavis, the leader of the opposition who was supposed to be attending this all-party meet, is now last minute backed off. He skips the all-party meeting that was scheduled to take place by the state government only to resolve this matter. But instead, here Devendra Fadnavis, along with state BJP leaders and President Chandrakant Patil, Legislative Council Praveen Darekar, are all set to address a press conference instead in the BJP office at 1 p.m. today. Let me cut across to Dev Kotak, who's joining us live from Mumbai on that. Dev, we know that parties have been at a flashpoint over loudspeakers inside mosques, and then you have several opposition leaders demanding the same loudspeakers in temples as well for them to chant Hanuman Chalisa. While we see that controversy brewing and blowing up, the Uddhav Thackeray government decided to have an all-party meeting to try and resolve the issue. But here you have leader of opposition, Devendra Fadnavis, pulling out last minute. What's the reason?
They certainly were not in agreement with the kind of things that were being implemented, and also Uddhav Thackeray was saying that you have to be present for the meeting, so there can be some sort of uniformity and all of them can be on the same page. But Devendra Fadnavis sought to skip the meeting and instead is going to be addressing a press conference later today at 1 p.m. because we know clearly the BJP and the Shiv Sena have had their own share of own set of differences, and they have not been able to come together in terms of their or resolve their ideological differences, if I may say so. That is why Praveen Darekar, Devendra Fadnavis and other senior leaders of the BJP have decided unanimously to skip the meeting, while other parties like the MNS, AIMIM, the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi of Prakash Ambedkar, all these people are currently sitting inside the meeting. Right now we are outside the Sahyadri guest house and the meeting is underway. It began at 11:30 a.m.
Right.
These are the details we have for now. Also, the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray himself is not present. His son and State's Tourism and Guardian Minister Aditya Thackeray is present. In fact, he arrived for the meeting about 15 minutes ago, and they're all currently talking and discussing in terms of what the usage of loudspeakers policy should be for the state of Maharashtra, because all different politicians have had their own set of understandings. They've drawn their own inferences. So that is why, in order to bring them at the same level and on the same page, this meeting is being conducted. So I think in wake of the communal tension and all sorts of other controversies that are going on, people are creating their own versions. They just thought that let us come to the table, sit together and talk it out so that everybody
clearly, but that
really
did not go as per planned. We see that Devendra Fadnavis is now gearing up to address a press conference instead at 1 p.m. at the BJP office in Mumbai. We're going to continue tracking those developments.